Fabric. I got 4.5 meters, which is about 5 yards of fabric for 3,105 forints, which is really great in my opinion. I went to, what is it? We Love Textile? Yeah. We Love Textile. Oh, I guess it probably says on the I Love Textile is what it's called. And here's my material. There's no possible way to show you exactly how big it is. It is a stretchy fabric and it might not read on the camera, but there is this odd kind of greenish tint going on, especially when you move it around. I hope that this is showing up on camera. So there's this odd print on it, which is just like a tester print, I guess is what they said. So that has to be cut out for sure, and they didn't count that with the meters that they counted, so that was nice of them. It's gonna be pretty drapey. As you can see, it has a beautiful drape to it. I have no idea what I'm doing, by the way. I'm just kind of winging it, like how I do basically everything in my life, but yeah, kind of just take it step by step, I guess. You got something to say, Danny? Maybe a hi?
Hello.
Be gone. It's like 68 degrees today and it's late October, so things are going great. I got this vintage pattern, I want to say when I was 18 years old, and I've never used it, but I've had it since. So this is a size 10. I am not a size 10, I'm like a size 7 or 8. So it's still in the realm of wearable, and I've never used a pattern piece before. So this is going to be interesting. Instructions, which I will read in depth later. I just want to see if the long dress that they have, this one, is available, because I like how straight that is. Armhole facing. Don't know what that is. Skirt back. Okay, here we go. Now we're working. Yeah, so this is the skirt back. Yeah. So this is the front part of the skirt. I'm just gonna try to work with this as best as I can. It's usually around this point where I have to remind myself to go slow and to just tell myself that I don't have to do the whole thing today. currently debating what to do about the skirt because I don't have elastic and I don't want to get any more materials. So what I want to do is basically just sew it to this top. Sewing it on to here, but I sewed it on way too tight, so I had to actually tear it to get it like over my torso. So it's still hanging on there from the majority of the thread, but most of the thread has snapped. So that needs to be fixed, and I'm going to be using super glue because when in doubt, use super glue. I overall really like the shape of the dress. You can kind of sort of tell in this mirror. Let me try to move this stuff out of the way. Here you can see the length it goes to the floor. I'm going to fix that. I'm going to bring it like right to my foot. And I will be wearing a bit of a heel with this look, so it will kind of just skim the top of my boot. I obviously need a lot more fabric on the bottom. You can tell the shape of the dress is pretty cool. It's getting there. And this turned out to be like the perfect length because it hides the seam. So yeah, I really like how it moves and how it drapes. It definitely is feeling really Bride of Frankenstein. I still have loads of fabric left, and I think that this is going to become a very, very beautiful skirt. As for the rest of the fabric, which is here, and then I have some little scraps there, the rest of the fabric I'm going to try to experiment with. I'm just getting my makeup stuff ready out of my makeup box. First things first, I don't really know what I'm doing once again. First things first is my hair. So this whole look of the dress turned out to be a bit more like late Victorian, early Edwardian, Roman inspired type dress. All I was going for personally was just a really drapey, very well covered look, because those are the two elements that I took from the original dress in the movie. It's well covered, it drapes well, but I wanted mine to be more form-fitting. I wanted my waist to be seen, essentially, and I think my taste toward Victorian and Edwardian styles kind of just naturally seeped into it. So I'm going to go for a Gibson Girl hairstyle to kind of match the overall look of the dress. And that way I don't have to try to figure out any kind of crazy hair tech stuff to get my hair to look exactly like the bride's hair in the movie. So the way that I do my Gibson Girl hair, I'm not a fashion historian, I'm not any of that stuff. I'm not saying that this is the way to do the Gibson Girl hair, it's just the way that I know how to do it on myself. Flip upside down, and I don't brush out or anything like that. My hair just remains knotty and tangled and crazy. I bring the hair to like right into the middle, like right above the crown, and I flip it while holding onto it, like so, just like how you're gonna do a top bun essentially, or like a really high pony. And I just, it's hard to explain this part. I just kind of collapse it onto itself, like so. I don't know if you can see, but it's pretty high up there. And I have these little baby hairs from all the layering that's in my hair. And I'm gonna pin those pieces up with bobby pins. We're not going for a polished look here by any means, which was really forgiving with the making of the dress. You know, like Dr. Pretorius, who actually makes the bride in the movie, he, you know, is a man from, I think it was the Victorian times in the movie. Obviously a Hollywood costume designer. I'll have to look up who. I'll pop it up on the screen for you guys of who made her actual dress for the movie. But the narrative is supposed to be that, okay, we assume that Dr. Pretorius made her that sack dress, and I think that was really smart on behalf of, I'm just gonna get my concealer on all over my face as I talk. The costume designer is really smart into thinking that, oh, okay, well, this old man who is a mad scientist put her dress together for her, so it's obviously not going to be well structured or anything like that. So I just had to keep telling myself that, like, the dress look that I'm making is like obviously way more of a feminine touch than what is in the movie, because of the reasons that I just said. So it was really fun making this dress. So any moment that I was like, oh, it's not good enough or it's not accurate enough, I was like, you know what, Dr. Pretorius could never. He could never. And then I felt better about myself. So just like in the Frankenstein makeup video, I'll probably have to switch to my phone to record some of this, just because my camera likes to overheat whenever I'm inside the apartment. Don't really know why. But we're gonna say goodbye to my eyebrows, so bye eyebrows. Because I'm going to be manipulating them into that crazy brow that she has. So this is what I'm working with here. It's such an iconic look. It's such a shame that she's not really in the movie for that long. Alright, so changes that I'm going to do for this look. She has her stitches across her jawline. I'm going to do that as well, but then I'm also going to be doing stitches like across my, like under my cheekbone. But first, the shading. The shading is so important, and I think once you get all of your shading down, you're good to go and you can really get the rest of that face on. And she has huge eyes, mega huge eyes. I do not have a fake lash. I just am using my mascara for this look and my, what is this thing called? Eyelash crimper, I think is what it's called. It'll come to me probably soon. And I'm going to make my under eye bigger. And you can actually see this in her makeup look as well, and I'll pop that up onto the screen. I'm going to zoom in for myself. So there's a fake waterline, essentially. Greetings from my phone camera. The quality isn't as good, but at least it's a more interesting angle and you can see a little bit closer. So this is what we're working with, and it kind of serves as like an extra mirror for myself, so that works out just fine. Alright, so we got the under eye done. I think I am leaning toward wanting to do the eyebrow. So that is what's going to be next. And I am using just a waterproof liquid eyeliner. I hope there's enough in it. I was supposed to pick up more, but alas. I apologize for the background noise, the tea kettle is on. So what I'm doing with my brows now is that I just brought them down to a point, and you can see right here it's still not totally done, so you can kind of see better how I did it. Is I just took the bottom line and I brought it down, and then I'm bringing it back up. So it's pretty simple, and it mimics the way that her brows are like. Her eyebrows were plucked to the gods. So my eyebrow is way thicker than hers, and it looks much more cartoonish than hers, because hers was literally just a little like thing. Like it was literally just brushed on there. Like I'm pretty sure that they shaved off her brows for that look. Either that, or you know, the time frame that it was in, she probably had the classic pluck to the gods eyebrow look anyway, and then they just put makeup over it and then painted on the rest, is what I'm guessing that they did. Oh, I have my little collar here that I forgot about. This adds onto my look. Actually, this is gonna be good because now I know exactly where to put my stitches and kind of like make sure that, yeah, so I can still do the jawline stitches just fine. I'm going to over exaggerate my under eye. I love it. And I'm going to shade out the nose because she has not too dissimilar of a nose to me, but she has more like structure to it. Like, actually no, like my nose is like very straight down. And then there's like a little dip down here. Hers is like a bit more, like there's kind of like a dent in through here that I'm gonna try to replicate. And then the ball at the bottom of her nose is also more exaggerated, so I'm gonna go in there like that. Which, to be honest, I don't know if her nose is actually like that. It could also just be makeup. The actress who plays the bride is also the same actress who plays Mary Shelley in the beginning of the film of Bride of Frankenstein. And I don't know, I'd have to look up a photo of her nose in the original, or not the original, in the opening scene when she's playing Mary Shelley. Alright, so that's pretty good. It's basically just giving more attention to my nose, which I think is good because of the crazy brow. Just a little in there. Now I'm going to go in with some highlight, and this is like just a this highlight, and this was actually the color that I used for the shading.